Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Parampara. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Punattu Sakaviryan Karavavakai Tejasvina Vadidamastuma Vitvishavakai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tassat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvaraya Mittave Brahma Vidyacharya Naciketas. This is the last prayer we say every class. We are praying not only to the Guru. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvaraya Mittave Brahma Vidyacharya and Naciketas. Naciketas is also our Guru. It's got a very important import, because when we talk about Guru lineage, we talk about the Guru Parampara, which also implicitly revere the Shishya Parampara. See, they go hand in hand. Only the Shishya Parampara makes the Guru Parampara reverent. So every Shishya becomes a Guru, eventually becomes Guru. So Naciketas, like Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, imagine Arjuna was like Karna or Bhima or anybody, just take the bow and then go and fight and die or win. You wouldn't have got Bhagavad Gita. So a great disciple manifest in the form of a Guru to us. That's why we pray to Naciketas. Like same way we pray to Prahlada. So we pray to Dhruva, we pray to Ekalaiva. Every great disciple is also revered. So when we are a disciple to a Guru, we bring reverence to ourselves. It's not only the Guru that is respected, Shishya respected. This kind of a nuances we must always pick up, so that, you see, the whole purpose of listening to Vedanta is not to gain something extraordinary that is out of the world. No, it's to gain our own self. There must be transformation in us. When you go to the gym, every time you go to the gym, your biceps improves, your chest muscles improves and become stronger, all kind of stuff. There's a transformation physically happens. In Vedanta, the very nature must transform. That's why these mantras are very important. Okay, coming to the subject now. So, just a very quick recap. We are in the third Valli of the second Adhyaya. This is the last Adhyaya of Kathopanaishad. Remember, the journey is from a very penetrative questions which Naciketas asked his father, who could not answer him. Therefore, he has to, in haste, send him to death in front of Lord Yamadharmaraja. The compassionate Lord offered Naciketas to give some boons. And Naciketas asked 3 boons. The first one, to make his angry father to attain peace and redemption. And the second one is to grant the knowledge for anyone like his father in this world, 90% of us, who wants to do certain karma, certain rituals certain processes in this life to attain betterment in this world. It could be a Swarga, for example. So what is that you can give? See, why does he ask Yamadharmaraja this? Because he gives a Vedic knowledge. Veda means that which gives knowledge, not about your plumbing or electrical system failure, because all the Laukika knowledge you can manage. The knowledge that you cannot get otherwise. That is what Veda gives. You have to come in life at some stage to understand there are many things that the worldly knowledge cannot give you. Then you go to Vedas. So Yamadharmaraja therefore offers that knowledge. And what was the question he asked? The important question is, what happens to me after I die? Then Yamadharmaraja has to say that you don't die, because your embodiment may perish. You are eternal. You are the Atma. The same Atma, the essence of Atma, which is in Ishvara. You may be called a Jiva because you identify yourself with, I am Lakshmi, Saraswati, Raji, Raja, whatever personality you are attached to, you are a Jiva Baba, you are enacting a drama without you knowing it. But if you analyze it, when the drama finishes, you come back to essential nature to take the next drama. So when you want to cut this drama out, then you need to realize who you really are. When you realize who you really are, you are none other than the same essence of what you call the Ishvara or the Parabrahman, which is Atma Tattva, Atma. So that knowledge, you gave so many examples, Radhakalpana and all that. So since we are following Naciketas, may not be in the same rigorous Shraddha, but by listening to this, which you call it Shravana, we more or less understand what you're talking about. Because very easily I can say, I am not this body. Right now I am this body for you, but I know I am not this body because my body yesterday was different. Last year was different. When I was 10 years old, it's different. But I'm not changing. My body changed. Therefore, I am not this body. I was angry yesterday. Today I'm happy. The mind was angry. Mind was happy. I'm not the mind. My buddhi thinks that way yesterday, this way today. So my buddhi is not me. So you can see intellectually we are lucky. We understand that I am the so-called Atma. I don't know what Atma is, but I'm definitely not the body, mind, intellect. So this much we understand, right? What is this Atma Jnanam? No, this is about Atma. Computer knowledge is not computer. Food knowledge is not food. Cooking knowledge is not cooking. So this we generally call Atma Jnanam, Brahma Vidya, but this is about knowing Brahman. The word Brahman and Atma are same. You can call it Brahmatma. So I am giving the introduction so that the next few slokas you must understand. We are summarizing it now. You may attend a lot of classes, read lots of books, and whatever we are exchanging now, maybe a better teacher will explain in a better way, so you'll understand more and more and more. But you haven't got Atma Jnanam. You have got knowledge about Atma. Still, Atma is an object. Don't know it. That's why you know I know many people, my friends I know, they do a PhD in Advaita. In Oxford, you can write papers, you can submit a thesis on Advaitam, Atma Tattvam. I can teach as a professor in a college with the knowledge I have, but I haven't got the Atma Jnana. I haven't got the Atma Anubhuti. What is the difference? The difference is a very simple example I gave you. You know how to cook food. Any food you can give, you can cook. You know how to cook it. But you will be always remaining hungry because you have nothing to eat. You can never feed anybody. You have nothing to cook. What is the point of the knowledge? Which means we have to learn how to cook, but you need the means to cook, dravyam to cook. You must have the hunger to eat and you relish. So in a way, somebody who gets a food to eat is a lot more better than somebody who knows how to cook, not able to eat, right? So the transition of applying the knowledge about Atma to become an Atma Jnani, to understand the Atma Anubhuti, what do I have to do? This is a summary, he brings it. What do you have to do? Because this Atma is not an object of knowledge, no more 10 years of course is going to help you anyway. What you have to do, you have to move from the knowledge about Atma to the knowledge itself. You you realize the being of Atma. It's called Atma Anubhuti. It's called Adhyatma Vidya. For that, you don't need any extra instrument of knowledge. I cannot see it. I don't need to see it. See, when I see a thing, the knowledge comes to me as a secondary knowledge. You understand? Because I see because my spectacles see, my eyes see, then I see it. I know my body is not me. Therefore, this knowledge I'm getting is paroksha jnana. Para means other, aksha means senses, coming from the outward. If you tell me, look, Nobel Prize is given to this person. Oh, is that so? Thank you so much. Now I got the knowledge from you. The knowledge comes from paroksha. So everything is paroksha. But Atma, no instrument of knowledge can give you. Therefore, what I know about the Atma, I must destroy my ignorance of holding anything other than Atma as Atma. So all the knowledge you gain so far is useful not to grow some new knowledge to you, but to destroy your ignorance. It's called a nivritti margam. It's called a sannyasa margam. Because it is to remove, because you cannot get new things. You remove the ajnanam that I am none other than the Atma. That jnanam you will get. Okay. Now, this is again a knowledge, right? What I'm telling you again, a knowledge. It does not make you a jnani, because unless there is a Bhagavad Kripa, Guru Kataksham, this word, like Bhagavan Ramanas, when he was young, somebody comes to his house, and the young boy, naughty, playful boy, he asks, "Where are you coming from, uncle?" And he says, "Arunachal, to meet Thiruvannamalai." That's it. He gained the Atma Anubhuti. He did not do Veda classes. He did not go to Vedanta class. Everything was inside, waiting to be realized. That one Shabda, Arunachala, is good enough. It is not the magic in Arunachala, because I hear Arunachala 100 times, nothing happens to me. It is not the word that matters. Rama, Rama, Rama Mantram, you say. It is your bhavam, readiness to incorporate that. So you will have an excuse to read that. Okay, why it happens to Bhagavan Ramana, why it happened to Kunti, why it happened to Draupadi, why it happened to Sadashiva Brahmendra. Your board just triggers things. For some, maybe Narayana Diksha, as I said. You don't know. It's because Veda says you are not ready for it. The knowledge is secondary now. Are you ready to receive this? I want to be ready, but are you ready? That requires your Chitta Shuddhi. So we talked about this in the Tattva Bodha, if you remember. We need sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha. Sadhana, the means that you need, there are four. You must develop four things. Vivekam. Vivekam means pagattarivu, discriminating intellect. Nitya anitya vastu vivekam. What is permanent, what is temporary, what is good, what is bad. That intellect must have. Vairagyam. Vairagyam means dispassion. Must have. If you remember, dispassion means not hate. Drishta, Anusavika, Vishaya, Drishnaya. Patanjali says, remember, whatever you see, whatever you hear, that Vishaya, when it comes to you, don't go beyond it. Oh, wonderful smell of ice cream, I want to eat. Oh, nice music, Kaya Rahman music, I want to listen to it now. So when it drags your senses out, and if you go there, you have no vairagya. So vairagya. So vivekam you need, vairagyam you need. Then you need sasampat. 6 qualities you need. What is this 6 quality? Sama. Sama means your mind is in control. Mind is peaceful. It's not vacillating. It's not having ragadvesham. It's not having kama, krodha, lobha, moha, manamacharya. So these are all prakriyas. These are all techniques you can do. These are all real exercises you can do. This will not happen unless you try, unless you prayatnam. A garden is, you have a beautiful landscaped garden, you don't do anything on it. In 1 week, it's a bush. Weeds will come out. Like that. Your mind has to be controlled. You need to work on it. That's why Vedantam, just listen to Vedantam and then something will happen. No. You have to do seva, you need to do puja, you need to do japam, dhyanam. Understand? Sama means peaceful mind. Dhamma means controlling the senses. This you have to understand. This mutually support each other. Like I'm listening to this class now. It sounds interesting. I want to listen to it. Let me just check my WhatsApp. I got the last message I sent to this person. Let me just quickly check while he's talking. Now, your Dhamma is pulling you. The vibrating phone is pulling you. Then your mind goes out. You will say, no, I will not listen to this now. So you do Dhamma control and mind control. And mind control, they mutually support each other because after all, the senses give it to mind and mind manages it. So consciously, you have to do Sama, Dhamma. And when you develop it to a certain extent, you will attain the Parati. Parati means you have the capacity to stop yearning for things in this world. You are not really, after, the next iPhone, next Mercedes-Benz class, because my car is not good enough. It's 1 year old. I want to change it. So that kind of a Vishaya Anand pursuit will stop. So Sama, Dhamma, Uparati, they're interchanged. Then you must develop called Titiksha. Titiksha means forbearance, patience, calmness. So this is very important. The great many people fail in this. They may control the mind. But somebody is not listening to you, you get angry. Some little things will upset you. You become impatient. So develop patience. If you got that one, to sustain it all the time, it's not that if you learn it today and you practice it for next 1 hour, something will come and then take you away. No, you should say, no, this is important. And you put Shraddha into this. Shraddha is undivided commitment to pursue what you ought to pursue. Shraddha, perseverance, like Naciketas showed. He is giving, another brother giving you, look, I will send you to Swarga. You will sit next to Ramba and Tilottama on one side, Ramba on one side, Urvashi dancing. Enjoy. I said, no. I'll give you thousands of life. No. That is Shraddha, Antadiksha, and Uparati. When you do all this, without trying anything, your mind will attain Samadhanam. In Vedanta, when you call Samadhanam, is what the yogas call Samadhi. Not Samadhi is not like being a dead person, just being tranquil in nature. Understand? So Sama, Dhamma, please try to remember these words. At least remember the words, it will start inculcating in you. Sama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, and Samadhi. These 6 are called Sampat. They're called property, asset. So Vivekam, Vairagyam plus the 6 you need. Okay, I got everything. Then what do I need? Well, why do you have all these things? If it is for leading a better life in Swargaloka, then you lost your time because you don't need all these things for that. You just do some karma, puja, dhanam, tapam. You do all this because you want freedom, mukshutvam. So you need a quality of longing for it. And you see, I'm making a difference here, which you must remember. It will help you in next mantra. I don't need to be longing for anything else, I said. And I say, I long for redemption, mokshutvam. Is it not asa? It's not desire. Yes. Desire is not bad. Desire to get bound by samsara is bad. Harishankara has no desire. Why should you write bhashyas? Writing is not easy. It's not typing or dictating like here. Writing on a palm leaf, if one word is wrong, so take another leaf. You make a copy of that, what you written. Take another copy and carry all it around the whole of Bharata. Harishankara has. It's a monumental thing for us. He wrote, carried on his shoulders. What desire take him to? Is it not a desire? Yes, but it is kripa. So we talk about that kind of desire later. Now, general understanding is you need to have these qualities. Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshutvam to understand Vedanta. So when you learned about in the Tattva Bodha, it very clearly says, even the Brahmasudra Bhashyam, Atha Brahma Jignasa, the Shraddha is taken by Bhagavan to say, after attaining these qualities, you think about Brahma. Now, does it mean all these classes, I know personally, I have not attained these qualities yet. But I am listening to Vedanta, I'm talking Vedanta, so am I not qualified to sit in this class? Now, this is the dichotomy. Many people misunderstand this concept. When you take a literal translation of this meaning, don't think about Atma, Brahma, without attaining his qualities. No. How can I have mumukshutvam if I don't know about Atma? How can I understand the need for samadhama if there is a path of redemption? So it is completely nonsensical to take that kind of approach. I'm giving you a very important insight. You may have to do certain pre-qualification to do a karma. To do the Varalakshmi Vratam, you must take a Vratam a certain way. You took a Rishipachami Vratam, you take something. To do Sandhya Vandam, you have to have certain Upanayanam, you should have to follow. Every karma has got a rule to follow, an adhikaratvam to follow. Otherwise, you cannot do. So, what is the adhikaratvam or Vedanta? To do the Vedanta Shravanam. What do I have to do? Should I have all these qualities, Vivekam, Vairagyam, Sasambhati, Mokshutvam, to come to the Vedanta class? Absolutely not. You need no qualification. Nothing. For what? For Shravanam. Because this is always, the sound is always there. This is the Veda Shabdam. This is the Veda Anta Shabdam. This is the Veda Rasa Shabdam. This is what the Bhagavata Amrita Rasam gives you out. So that this is not for Brahmanas, not only for Brahmanas, not only for Bharadiyas, it is for the humanity. Listen wherever the Vedanta Shabdam is there. So never feel guilty of taking a Vedanta book and reading it or sitting and listening to this. Because only by listening to this, you will know, hey, there is an Atma Tattva. Hey, there is a path, there is a Shoka Vinasha Karanam. There is something beyond. Hey, you can discriminate. You can ask question. There is a Vivekam. You can have Vairagyam. So all this Paribhasha comes to you only when you listen to. So never stop anybody listening to Vedanta. No caste, no creed, nothing. Listen. Only for listening. Then maybe you ask questions. By analyzing it, this is called mananam. Now, then what are we talking about here? Here you're talking about a stage. I listened. During the listening process, I learned about what is Vivekam. I applied Vivekam. During the listening, I understand about Vairagyam. I applied Vairagyam. I'm still in the process of becoming better at it. At least for 2 hours on Sunday, I'm able to sit in the Vedanta class. So I am in the process of obtaining the qualities needed for what? For getting Atma Sakshatkaram, Atma Anubhuti, to convert this knowledge into pure knowledge of indulgence, pure Anubhuti, converting experience to the elixir of existence. That is Mukti. Now, this is the context. I have given a complete summary for you so that the rest of the mantras you can understand. So in this stage, when you are there, that I understand now how I'm going to inculcate, that state is called nididhyasa. Now you need these qualities. Now you cannot move forward. You cannot do nididhyasanam from tomorrow because now I know what is nididhyasanam. No. Nididhyasanam you can know, but to be nididhyasanam, you must have vivekam, vairakyam, samadhamadi, sadgunas, then the moksha. Okay. What is this state? Now, given that requirement on you and I, now let's first pursue this pseudo knowledge. Okay, what is that I need to be? Yata panchavadishtande jnanani manasasar. This we saw in the 10th mantra. If you are sitting on nididhyasanam, how you will be? You will be in a state where your pancha jnanas, all your indriyas, all the indriyas, manasa, they are together with the mind. That means your mind, your senses are not running around. It's called an indriya dharan, control of the indriya, restraint, dhamma. When you are there, buddhischa nav cheshtati. Buddhi also doesn't do any cheshta. Buddhi also quiet. See, buddhi has no role to play. You remember what is buddhi? Mind likes, dislikes, vacillates. Buddhi decides. Okay, dislike this person. That is buddhi. Like this person. That is buddhi. But when the mind is at rest, the vishamakaras of the senses, if senses are at rest, what is buddhi's job? Nothing. So buddhist naiva cheshtati tam ahur paramam gadi. That state is called the supreme state. This we saw, the 10th mantra. Then I think we saw the 11th mantra also we saw. Okay, 10th mantra we saw what is nididhyasanam. The 11th mantra also we saw in the last class. That kind of status. Tam yogam idi manyante stiram indriya dharanam apramattastada bhavati yogo hi prabhavapyo. This we saw in the last class. It's again explaining that supreme state I told you, it's called Nididhyasana. That is also called yogam. Tam stiram indriya dharanam. That perfect control of senses. Dharana means restraint. That perfect control of senses is called yogam idi manyante. The learned people say that is yoga. Okay, now I understand what is yoga means. So we talked about it. This is not the yama, niyama, asana. This is the Vedantic nididhyasana. My mind is in control. That time you become apramattas tata bhavati. Pramatam means carelessness. Apramatta means not carelessness. Pramata means carelessness, easy, just like that. You know, I told you the last class, somebody says, how is this food? You don't say pramadam. Pramadam means, yeah, it's fine. Just, okay, it's fine. Okay. That means you are not really holding on to that. So when you are in the mind control, sense control, you are no more apramatta. You are very careful, very sensitive about your movements. Why? Because prabha abhyava. This is the abhyaya and prabha. Abhyaya means falling. Prabhava means coming out. Because this state that you attain can come and go. So be very careful. If you feel very blissed right now, feel you are in a kind of fulfillment, that your mind is not traveling around, your brain is resting it, you are at calm, peaceful. You don't even need to listen to this wonderful ghazal in the background because you can shut it off because indriya will all come into the mind. That's why, don't put a nice music to calm your mind. You can try it out, but that is not dhyana. You should not depend on any external stimuli. So when I am in that position of peacefulness, believe me, everybody gets this state for a fraction of a second or a minute. Hold on to it, he says. Because if you don't hold on to it, it may come and go. So we saw that in the last class. Now the 12th mantra. The 12th mantra, 12 and 13, interesting one, it requires a bit of a understanding. What he says, all this you say, I understand, disciple says. But it is a long process, right? I come to the class, you say this, it gives me peace. I'm trying to change myself. But still I'm not a jnani. I'm not liberated. See, nobody can say I'm liberated. Only a guru has to say you are liberated. Because you really don't know. You may be in the state of blissful state, and you are able to even sustain it for a while. You will find out what is this blissful state. Is it sitting like a stone in a corner? Or you just wander around, do about your life, but you are peaceful. You will see that. But when you are like that, still you will not feel that you are liberated because you still have that holding of, am I liberated yet? The I is there, right? How can you be liberated when you are never not free? See, when you are at the stage, moksham is a nonsense because there's nothing to be liberated about because you are eternally free. But the moksham is needed only for that who is bound. So when you are unbound, when you are free, you will not think about moksha. Why should I every day morning get up? I must think about, well, I must be free from this world. Why should I think? Because I'm not thinking I'm imprisoned. That's why you need a mumukshutvam. Only when you realize you are imprisoned, you need mumukshutvam. But when you are in mumukshutvam and you attain mukti, it will just, all this thing will go away. Like Mahaprabhu says, like the ripened fruit cucumber, how it leaves this plant. Udiradam avre. Like the Mrityunjaya also. All these things, see, you never give up anything in life. Whatever you give up, it's your prayatana. You try that. It will always try to come back to you because you put an effort to put it away. But in the autumn, if you see the leaves falling down, I can see the leaves falling down in my tree. They don't go back. It is ripened, it just falls away. No pain to the tree, no grief, no tragedy. That is how our life has to be. Things should just fall off. It's a pure sannyasam happens. Sannyasam happens. Sannyasam you take is a lifestyle you take to attain the true sannyasam, where things just fall off. Right? But when things just fall off, if you have a compassionate guru, he says, Tatvamasi, you are that. Then you say, oh, I am liberated. Even though you don't say I am liberated, then nothing works, right? So that is a kind of a transition that you need to go. So how do I trust this one? There is no other way except trusting it, because this is called Shraddha. If you don't have Shraddha, Shraddhavan lapate jnanam. Bhagavan says in Gita. If you don't have a faith in this statement, please go back to your life. You will not attain the Atma Jnanam. You have to believe in the Shastra Vagya, Guru Vagya, that even though I am not able to realize it, intellectually I can comprehend it, I will pursue this way. That's why this mantra means, Naiva Vacha na manasa praptam, Satyo na saksha, Asti di prabhado anyantra, Katham tattupalapyate. This is a very complex mantra, but for the Bhashyakar's very succinct explanation, we can understand this. Here he says, why you need Shraddha? Na vacha, not from the mouth, word of mouth. Na manasa, not from the mind, not from the thought. Na eva shakyo praptum. Praptum, that Atma that you are seeking, na eva shakyo. Na eva shakyo means no way you can reach by word of mouth, by thinking. That means the Guru's teaching cannot give me that. Guru's teaching can give me the state of nididhyasana. After that, the teaching has no more help. I cannot see, I cannot read a book, I can't look at, I can't go to the temple and see the God and say, I'm looking there, can I be you? Nothing else. And what do I do? Second line, most important line. Astidi prabhado means iti prabhadaha asti anyatra. Iti prabhadaha anyatra. That means asti. It is. It exists. Like that, if you don't have that faith, katham tat upalapyate? How can that Atma upalapyate you can gain? You see, this is called the aksheba. Now, aksheba in Sanskrit means you are refuting it with a positive intent. Like, like Balaji, I am suffering. Then he says, how can you suffer? You have man of means. He's not refuting, he's giving you aksheba. Positively saying, no, that cannot be true because you have, like that. Here it says, unless one has the faith asti. Atma is there. Atma asti. Atma asti. Atma exists. Unless you have the faith, how can you do it? So there is no argument beyond this. So there is no point in learning Vedanta at this point of time if you still have suspicion about Atma. What does it mean? It means your mananam is not complete. You are not ready for nididhyasanam. Go back to Shravanam. Go back to the Mananam. Contemplate more and more. Continue. That's the reason why Arjuna was laboring the point. Krishna was teaching the point again and again. Repetitive summary with interesting thoughts in Bhagavad Gita. So you do. That's called Shraddha. So if I believe in Asti, then what does it mean? That means I am an Astika. I mean, Astika means I believe in it. So this word Astika, Nastika is not very well understood. You say Astika means who believes in God. Nastika means not believing in. Okay. God, nobody has seen it. So how can you say, I will give you why Nastika cannot exist that way? Because if you take Nastika means no God, Nastika means yes God. The Astika will say, I say yes God because I have Shraddha. Then he escapes because what Shraddha means? Shraddha means it's not that I have seen it, but I believe in it. The question stops. You cannot question me because that is my belief. You have no logical probing into me. Nastika doesn't have Shraddha. If you don't have Shraddha, if you make a statement, then it's a pramanam. So what is the pramanam Nastika says? There is no God. It's like saying there is no cat. They ask the question, there is no cat in this room. How? Come and see in this room. Okay. There may be a cat outside. So when I say there is no God, what is the question you must ask? Where there is no God? In this house. Okay, there's no God. The picture is not God. The idol is not God. Okay, there's no God. But what about outside the house? No, I have seen all over this world. What about the other world? Have you seen the other world? No. Then how can you say it's a pramanam? So you have no Shraddha, no pramanam. So that argument means there cannot be a Nastika in this world who say there's no God. Because they don't stand question of reasoning. The other interpretation is Astika is one who believes in Vedas, Nastika doesn't believe in Vedas. This comes from the Buddhist Shrine. Okay, I don't believe in Vedas. Okay. Why you don't believe in Vedas? Because whatever it is said is not true. Have you studied it? No. Then how can you say whatever said is not true? So you cannot therefore Nastika because you haven't studied it. So all those Nastikas who's refuting Vedas without understanding it has no standing on the reasoning level. Shraddha, if he says, look, I believe there is no Veda, okay, then God bless you. Because you are in belief, you have no knowledge. Go ahead. But if you are arguing with a knowledge-based intellect, then you are no grounds. So that Nastika doesn't exist. Then what did Buddha say? What does Buddhism say? They said Vedas, they don't believe in it because the Veda Tatparyam, all these Buddhists are once Purva Mimamsikas, they were all Brahmanas. They moved into the Buddha because they were deluded by the Vedaranyas or karmas. They did not understand the Vedanta Saram. So Buddhists say, they say no. What do they say no to? When I go on this world, when I resolve everything else, there is nothing. Shunyam. When I go to deep sleep, then after deep sleep, I have nothing. I am Shunyam. Everything is nothing for. Yes. Why do I worry about dharma? Well, Buddhism says, no, you must be a kind person, civil, righteous life. All the good qualities it tells you. Amazing. But then why I have to do all this? End of it, there's nothing there. They say, no, Kshanavadam, because your existence is temporal. So be it. Why I have to be righteous? So you cannot have a mission of life. There's nothing exists. So Nastikavadam against Vedas goes away. Then what is it? Then let's forget God, forget Veda. Let's look at it purely Vachyartham. Asti means existence. Now, I ask the question, do you believe in your existence? Answer it in your mind. You will say yes. Ask anyone who refute all the philosophies of scriptures. Do you exist? They cannot say, I don't exist. They cannot. Even if I say just a Jalpavadam, I don't exist, how does the I know that I don't exist? So I exist to say I don't exist. I'm not playing with the words. Please think. I don't exist, I cannot say because I exist to say I don't exist. You see the computer in front of me. There is a computer. Easiness gives me existence of a system in front of me. You cannot negate it. So if astitvam, as is in English, the is become isha, the ruling, is what it is there. In the world, if you look at any knowledge, any knowledge is a formative statement. There is, here is, this is. Because knowledge is based on something exists. You cannot have a knowledge of nothingness unless nothingness exists. There is a book, therefore I read about the book. So when I see something, The ease of that thing becomes a nama rupa in your mind. I can see the computer, my neurons form a model inside, the proteins create a signals, and I can visualize a computer screen in my brain. Because the computer screen is exist, is exist. So if Astika is one who believes in easiness of this world of knowledge, or do you Astika or Nastika? Show me how many people can be Nastikas. Nobody can be. Nobody denies themselves. Forget the God, forget everything else. You exist because you are there in your mind. The world exists because there is a world. Easiness is there. So if you believe in ease, you are an Astika. Think about this. So you know what is an adjective is, right? So you can say a blue paper. So what is adjective in this? The blue. Because paper is your object. The blue qualifies the paper. Why there is called a visheshana in Sanskrit? Adjective. Why you have the blue? Because there is a white paper, there's a red paper, but there's a blue paper. So you need to have an adjective to change the quality attributes of something else. So knowledge comes from the nama rupa. Visheshana is very important because our mind is wired to find differences in things. So differences require qualifiers, qualifies adjectives. Mud pot. What is the qualifier? You will say, tell me. You will say mud is a qualifier, pot. Because you say that's a gold pot, that's a silver pot. You understand? This very simple question. Because you are focusing on Nama Rupa of the world. This is a mud pot, mud and pot. Gold pot, gold and pot. Gold is an adjective and is an adjective. Now we take a step back. You are not now going comparing different jati, mud pot, gold pot, different jatis. Now you do sajati, Adbhut. Mud pot exists. Can you remove the potness from the mud? Very easy. Just break it. You break the mud pot, it is full of mud. Where is the pot? Gone. What exists? Some mud. In the mud pot, can you remove the mud and the pot exists? No. The pot is just a name and a form. But our brain always looks for name and the form as a primary focus. So actually, the object is not the pot, but the mud. In fact, I must say, the adjective should be the pot. Mud is the object. This mud understanding is called Sat Buddhi. Is Buddhi. Is a mud is there, pot comes. Mud is there, a cup comes. Mud is there, a statue comes. In everything what is there is mud. There is, the isness is sat, sat buddhi, existence buddhi. But what is non-existence eternally but appears, comes and goes, is the guna. It's called a gauna buddhi, you can say. When you say mud pot, the pot comes to your brain through an instrument called gauna buddhi. Gauna buddhi means you're focusing on the guna. But when you focus on the existence, sat buddhi, you see the mud. That's why when I go and see a gold shop, my wife may look at the necklace, ring, thing. I'm the one paying it. I look at the gold. What is the gold price? How much is that one? Okay. She says, oh, it's a beautiful carved. Okay. What is the weight of the gold? Okay, I am the one paying, right? So I'm looking at the Sat Buddhi. Doesn't matter what form it is. It is the gold. For you, it is a different thing. I don't care. It's a gold that exists. You see? So you can look at the world, the Sat Buddhi or Gauna Buddhi. When you look at the Sat Buddhi, Sat is Asti, Astitvam alone. I'm trying to simplify this. This mantra we can keep on talking for a long time. But just this is enough to understand. So here you are talking about a way of approaching the world to really understand, like a child sees. You see, as exists. What exists there? No, don't put attributes. Oh, I see this. I see Satya today. He's that. He's this. But you know, I see Satya. They exist. We may have Gauna Buddhi, maybe good today, happy today, or bad, sad today. That's the second part. So unless you develop this Sadbuddhi, Sajadi Buddhi, this Prabhakam is what you need. Nididhyasanam is this. See, you need to have the Indriya Dharanam, control the mind, control the senses. But then you also have to have the Shraddha to continue this. When I control the mind as being, I be thoughtless, there's a difference between yoga and Vedanta. Yoga, when you do japam or anything, you just think of one thing, try to remove all the thoughts. It's a kind of exercise, You cannot be like that all the time. And it is waste of time. You become a loony after some time. But you can do to exercise your mind so that mind listens to you. The mind has been controlling you by making it focus on one single thing and say, don't go there, sit down here, put your finger on your mouth. All that you say to take mastery over it, but you cannot change the attribute of mind, which is chittavritti. So when I become nididhyasanam, when I am in the Vedanti, when I am in the japam, what do I have to do? Mind will have thoughts. And because of your practice, the thought will be sajadi vritti prabhakam. It will not be, it will be always look at the sadguna prabhakam. It always look at the sadbuddhi. Bhadram karne vishunyama deva. Whatever I listen to the truth of that inside, the goodness inside. Everything else for me immaterial. I don't look at the gauna buddhi, I look at the sad buddhi. So here you say, I have not even moved from the 12th mantra, no problem. So this buddhi you need to have. The Shraddha is, I will make my orientation in the world to see the truth that exists. It is not analyzing the why he is angry, what is the true reason for his anger. That is, you are going after the guna. He may be angry, does not matter. The anger is his attribute outside. Essentially, he is Atma. He is nothing other than me. Therefore, I love him. That's why Surabhadmanis get redemption. That's why Mahabali Chakravarti gets divine feet of the God. That's why even Duryodhana was given redemption, because God has no evilness in his mind. Because all this Gauna Buddhi will give you all that. Because what is essential nature of you is such Anandam. That's where you're going to go. That is the final conclusion of it. So you have Shraddha. Let's see what's it. Your Shraddha. So that's what the 12th mantra. Let me just read the 13th mantra, and then we can go to the 13th mantra, exactly same thing. It adds a little bit of quality to that. The 12th mantra we saw, well, I have got the Atma Jnanam, I'm going to do Nividyasanam. I developed the Viveka, Vairagya, Sadasham, Mukshitvam. Now I will be having Shraddha. Because if I don't have Shraddha, everything will follow. The Shraddha is, therefore, a firm belief Atma exists. Atma exists in everything else. Now, in the 13th mantra, it's a very interesting mantra as well. He qualifies for it. Astit eva valaptavyas tattva bhavena shobhayo astit evo valaptasya tattva bhava prasidati. Let me look at it. So, astit eva upalaptavyah. Astit eva. That is, it is Atma is there. Upalaptaya. So Upalapta means you hold on to the thought. Yes, Atma is there. I don't know where it is, but I believe it is there. So you must have that bhava. Tattva bhavena. Second part. Okay. Asti idi eva upalaptabhyaha. Okay. Now you take it like this. You have Shraddha. Shraddha is Atma exists. Now, having got that Shraddha, what you do, you also understand Tattva bhavena, Atma is also as the essential nature of things. Ubhayo, the Ubhayo means in both. Bhashyakara explains this. See, in Bhagavad Gita, there's this mantra, Bhaktyamam abhignanadi yavanyas jasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato jinpa vasadetat anantara. He said, Bhagavan says, hey Arjuna, by devotion, you know me in essence, what I am and who I am. That means you look at me, Sanchakradari, you look at me as a noble, venerable figure, divine figure. That means you are seeing my existence, Astitvam, as Shobhati Dasti. Shobhati means I have Upati. Upati means adjunct. My body, my Sangichakarakada, my Makudam, my everything. Why you see me like that? Therefore, you have belief in me. So if I am not around, you will say, Krishna has gone somewhere. Because you need that form, right? At least start with that. That's the first Shraddha. Shobhadidika Astitvam. But he said, Tattva bhavena. Ubayo, this word comes in because not only when I have nirubadhika astitvam, when I have no more upati, when I know no more form in front of you, you must believe that I exist. Understand? So therefore, you have to, the astitvam, the Shraddha is not very light. Yeah, Swami is there. I go to the temple, Tirupati, I go. Lord Venkateshwara is there. Very good. At least you go there and see. Shobhadika astitvam. And when you come down on the hill, you see somebody stepped on your shoe, you slap him because he stepped on your beautiful ballet shoe. Why? Because you don't see the existence of divinity in that person. You don't have the nirubadhika astitvam. You want God to be in that form only. So that is not he is talking about. Bhayo. Bhayo asti iti upalabdasya. Then only tattvabhava prasidhati. You will have the true nature. So in the 12th and 13th mantra, together what he has given, a very, very important quality that you need. This one you cannot learn. Vivekam you can learn. Shamadama Ubhati, you have some prayatnam you can do. But Shraddha is Bhagavad Kripa or your prayatna. How can I tell you? These days, we are crazy. You go to the Facebook and say, or go to a YouTube channel, please like me. Would you ever say in your normal life? Maybe unless you are a blind lover to a love lady, you can say, please like me. It's fine. But in normal conversation, you don't go to somebody and say, like me. People have to like you by the way you are. But today we say, like me in the social media. So like here, you cannot just say, please give me Shraddha. Nobody can give you Shraddha. Shraddha is your Purva Punya Vasana Saschangatve Nishangatve. So maybe when you are with the people around you who believe in it, then there is a kind of a social binding. Then you start believing in it. So belief is not ignorance. Belief is strength. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is strength. Namaskaram is not weakness. Namaskaram is strength. Because you are able to offer yourself, all the ego, to somebody else. What kind of a valor that you must have? So let's stop with this mantra today. So we got Shraddha. Then what we are going to do, I'll just give you a preempt. The next class, whenever it happens, the 14th and 15th, you will have a question. Okay, I have Shraddha. I want to be Shraddha. I listen to you, Raja, very well. But somehow, the football match at 2 o'clock is enticing me. So tell me, how do I go and address that problem? So you were talking about the Kama Dakanam. How do I destroy this Kama? And what is the root of this Kama? Where are these knots sitting in my mind? How do I remove this? Don't tell me just impose restraint on your mind and do that. Tell me what is the fundamental reason why I get anger, why I get desire, why do you get jealous? What's the reason? Go back to the root. Tell me that. So that comes 14 and 15. The 16th mantra, Bhagavan concludes, this is what I can tell you. This is what you asked for. Then there are 2 more mantras after that. And that gives a gentle warning. If you don't take all these things, how your samsara is going to be. So that completes the Kathopanaishad. I pray that we get an opportunity to do 2 more classes to finish it off. Stop it here today. Om Sahana Bhavatu.
Om Sahana
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
वीर्यं करवावहै
सह वीर्यं
वीर्यं
करवावहै
करवावहै
तेनावीदमस्तु
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु
तमस्तु
मा विद्विषावहै
मा
मा
विद्विषावहै।
विद्विषावहै।
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ
शान्ति
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 शान्तिः।
शान्तिः।
ॐ तत्सत्।
ॐ
ॐ तत्सत्।
Thank you so much.